Hey there, my Irishman, this is Sean of Nintendo here, and welcome to the next episode of Let's Interview. Guys, it's been about 2 months since I've done one, and I'm sorry, but hopefully you enjoy this one. This is actually, guys, the third female Let's Player we've only actually had in this series. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, it's MistyDawn here.
How are you feeling today?
Pretty good, pretty happy, a little bit tired, but other than that, I'm good.
We've been trying to get this one recorded for a while, guys, so hopefully you do enjoy this one. Got the nice list of questions, and I guess we'll just get right into it. So the first thing is just to tell everyone a little bit about your channel.
Okay, well, if it's not obvious, it's a Let's Play channel, so I do Let's Plays, commentary over game footage, and play the games, obviously. I do primarily a lot of Nintendo-based games, but very soon I'm going to be branching out of Nintendo and doing some other type of PC or other type of console-type games, so that's always fun. Currently, I just finished up Super Princess Peach, which is like a Nintendo DS game, and I'm currently restarting, I guess, Metroid Other M, because I had that on hold, because I was going to go down to one project at a time now, just due to my life schedules and things like that coming up. So, but before that, I was doing 2 Let's Plays at one time. Other than that, I do the odd tutorial, like software tutorial, Photoshop one, I did, Sony Vegas, all that kind of stuff, and speed art. So that's basically my channel in a nutshell.
Yeah, cool. So how did you come up with the username, MistyDawn132? Because I remember I searched up your name, but I did 123 instead, and
yeah.
That's a different channel.
Okay, yeah. Misty Dawn is actually, the Misty and the Dawn are basically my 2 favorite girls from Pokemon. I grew up with Pokemon. It was my first handheld game. I love Misty because, she's water-type trainer. She's, the water gym, basically, leader. And, I don't know, I love water Pokemon, and I loved her personality. She's really tomboyish in the cartoon, and, I don't know, I just really took to her. So I figured, I had that part of my name to be Misty. And the other part, Dawn, that's another girl that I really took to in the whole anime, and I don't know, just something about those 2 girls I just kind of like, and the fact that they kind of sound kind of cool together, Misty and Dawn together, worked well. And obviously the 132 at the end was just because Misty Dawn was taken. But
of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Okay, so who made your channel background, if anyone did?
I did. At the beginning, I didn't always make my channel backgrounds. My husband, Legendary Plumber, he actually made my first background for me, because he was going to school for graphic design stuff. But then later on, I decided that I kind of wanted to try this whole Photoshop thing, and just kind of made channels ever since then. So, channel backgrounds, I mean.
Okay.
Not channels.
That's cool. So who inspired you to start doing Let's Plays, if anyone did?
Of course, like probably many people, they start off being watchers of Let's Players. At first, I didn't know what the heck a Let's Play was. It was actually my husband's friend, Nick, who just said, hey, you should check these people out. They're just like Let's Plays. I'm like, what the heck's a Let's Play? Commentary of video games. And then I didn't realize how much fun they could be to watch. If someone playing a video game and having their, personnel and everything put into it. So we got introduced to Chuck Conroy and Nintendo Capri Sun, and I really took to Nintendo Capri Sun because he's so, he's real, he is who he is, I don't know, I like the fact that he rants a lot in his, Let's Plays, so it's a good mixture of when he has to be informative to, talking about his life, and I find I tend to do that a lot myself, so he really inspired me to kind of start to, put my first video out there and have the courage to do that. So, and then the rest, I guess, is history. It's really been my one of my major inspirations. The other ones would be kind of like Deceased Crab. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but
I've heard of him. A few people have talked about him in my videos, alright? Yeah,
we were actually watching him in the first Let's Play that we watched of his, I believe it was Mappyland. We did a race on that, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, I don't know, it kind of got me into, like, retro games, so, I don't know, he was another person that kind of, I guess, later on inspired me to want to maybe possibly branch out into that section. We'll have to see, but yeah.
Okay. That's cool. So, was this your very first YouTube channel?
No. My first one, I guess would be more of a watcher channel. I can't even remember the channel name. It was so long ago. I was, like, 15. So, and now I'm, like, 22, so that was years ago. For me, it feels like years. But and I actually made some content on the channel. It wasn't Let's Plays, but I was huge. I still am pretty huge into anime, but I was even more so back then into like anime music video making. So I took kind of like my favorite animes at the time and just kind of made some anime music videos because I saw those when I was watching on YouTube. And that was like back when YouTube had like the star rating. So
yeah. Oh, I missed that.
Oh yeah. So that was what I initially started making on YouTube. And then, I don't know what the heck happened to that channel, it just kind of got lost and I forgot about it. And then later on, I came out and made this when I decided, hey, maybe I should just make a channel and, do Let's Plays, so.
Okay, that's cool. So when you're using your other channels box on your channel, would you primarily reserve it for friends, channels you enjoy, or maybe a mix of both?
At first, it still is a mix, but the way I have my channel laid out now, I kind of separate the two. So one would be like my inspirations, kind of like Nintendo Capri Sun, Deceased Crab, various of other people that later on I got introduced to. And I do box my friends, but usually they're really my close friends. I usually get to know them pretty well before I decide to box anyone, so it's not like, oh, hey, I, talked to you a couple times, and, yeah, now I'm gonna box you. Done. But yeah, and with them, I usually do, a lot of collabing with them, hoping to do a lot more in future. So, in a sense, they're kind of like affiliates/friends. So, that's one section, and obviously my other section being inspirations. Probably one of the people that inspired me, or the popular girl, I guess, Let's Players would be MistyDawn132. I know of Donna Bells, and I know of Lucas and stuff, but MistyDawn132, I don't know if you've ever heard of her, but...
I never did hear of her.
Yeah, she's really good. I love her energy. She's kind of like... I don't know, I kind of reference her as kind of like the female Sugar Khan, right, in a sense, like energy-wise. She's so energetic, and she's so fun, and I just really took to her commentary, and not to mention she's an artist, so, and I love art, so that's how I kind of was like, oh my god, it's so awesome. So, yeah,
cool.
but yeah, she's one of the ones that kind of inspire me in both aspects, I guess, graphic and art and Let's Playing, so. Okay, but yeah, so yeah, it's basically like a mixture for now, anyway.
No worries. So what was the very first game you ever played?
Oh, well, Ocarina of Time.
Uh-huh.
Legend of Ocarina of Time. It was the first game, that really just caught my eye. The first console I had was a Nintendo 64, and wow, Ocarina of Time, it just blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, what is this video game thing? And then later on I found out about the old retro games, but I don't know, I was some dumb kid that was just like, oh my god, this is so cool, just because a 3D world, and I can control the character, and I literally didn't know what the heck I was doing. I couldn't even beat the first dungeon. Not to mention I have arachnophobia, so Quingama didn't help. Oh, it's horrible. But yeah, so I'll just be running around Kakariko, the forest, and just fooling around saying, oh my god, I go in the bushes and the rupees. This is so awesome. An actual adventure. So I was just, yeah, that game just stuck to me ever since then, and then it made me a huge Zelda fan, and then branched off into Pokemon and other games from there, but yeah. You
did beat Ocarina of Time, right?
Yes, I did.
You stuck in Kokori Forest the whole time?
No, later on, I don't know, I kind of was playing it, and then I kind of put it down for maybe a year or something like that, and I went back to it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to finally beat this game. So I did. I finally did.
Arachnophobia or not?
Yes, that's right. And later on, I was able to deal with it.
Oh my god, collecting the sculptures must have been horrible.
Yeah, going into the sculpture houses and stuff, I was just like, or not houses, I say that's Majora's Mask, but around the area. I got getting them all confused, but that was scary too. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Just didn't like it. Yeah.
So for the next question is, what was the worst game you ever played?
Oh, that is a tough question because I don't know. I guess the one game that we have that we have not been able to sell, probably because everybody else thinks it's a bad game, is, I don't know, if it's one of those games probably no one's actually heard of. It's kind of like a ripoff of Cooking Mama. I really got into Cooking Mama, even though the controls are a bit wonky, but Legendary Plumber, he came home one day and he was like, hey, I got this game, it's kind of like Cooking Mama, it's called Fast Food Panic, and I'm like...
Fast Food Panda?
Yeah, this game called Fast Food Panic, And essentially, it's like you're in this fast food restaurant place, and you gotta make the food, and you gotta make it really fast. And then there's like this really weird mini game where it's like you have to clean the outside, and you have to use the Wii remote controller to kind of rake the leaves and put the trash in the garbage. And it was like so weird. It was the controls were just all screwed up, and I don't know, maybe like something through translation. It was kind of when they translated to English, they kind of kept like the accent of Japanese, so it sounded like really ridiculous and funny. But at the same time, I was just like, I can't stand this game because I just didn't see much of a point to it. Not to mention the controls were just bad, and I don't know. It just did not stick with me. So I was like, oh, this game, we just gotta somehow sell this game. And just nobody wanted it. So yeah, that to my mind is probably the worst game that we probably at least own. I can't really remember much about any other games that I didn't like very much, but yeah.
Okay, no worries. So for the next question, who are some of your favorite Let's Players or just YouTubers?
Well, probably would be my inspirations, Nintendo Capri Sun, Deceased Crab, my friends, of course, Oval Gamer, Oval G, to my tongue. But, and this other guy named Snake Transfer, he's really good too. He's kind of like on a hiatus right now, but otherwise he's doing really well for himself. He has great, strong commentary and things like that. So, I don't know, just naming off a few channels, I guess, just trying to come to my mind. So like I said, like whoever's really in my box, I would say would be probably my favorite, YouTubers and stuff. I mean, I've watched like the Yogscast. I've gotten into them like maybe like a year or so ago. So, you know, the popular, I guess, big like YouTubers. For non-Let's Players, I guess, I watch a bit of the Screen Team show. I don't know if you've ever heard of them either, but they do like a lot of parodies, like music parodies, skits, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fortunately, sadly, they're getting in trouble right now with copyright stuff.
Aww.
It's sad. Their videos are getting taken down, and the videos that are still up are not available in some countries, and then there's other videos where their audio has been completely muted.
Oh, man. So,
yeah, it sucks, but, I mean, other than that, before that happened, it was great. They still got some stuff up there that's really good, like, they did a parody of some, like, popular songs you would hear on the radio, and then they would take that song and then parody it with, like, Pokemon or, movies like The Hobbit or Batman or, you know, various other video games / movie characters, so it's really fun.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I guess we'll move on to the next question anyway. You still there?
No.
Okay, sorry, I thought I lost the connection for a second there.
Oh no.
So the next question is, what's your recording setup like, and what equipment / software would you use? I actually said the slash as I was reading it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right. That's okay. That would be something I would do, so don't worry. So my setup, basically, I'll start with what I started recording with, I guess, from the beginning. I started using a Dazzle DC100 capture card. That was my first capture card for like consoles and things like that. I didn't really do a whole lot of like screen recording because my first Let's Play was on the console. And then later on, I guess, I got into just using within the actual emulators themselves, the recorders within them. So not actual screen recorders themselves, I guess. Mm-hmm. So built-in recorders. So I kind of started doing that. My first microphone, it was the Logitech headset. It was like just a $20 headset, so it wasn't Supreme or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, before that, I kind of tried to meddle with using the laptop internal microphone, but that was just horrible. So, because, had a different laptop than the one I have now, and it wasn't as good nearly, so. But yeah, beyond that, when I started, I guess, I don't know, a few months, maybe 6 months in, I can't remember exactly when, but upgraded to the Blue Snowball microphone, which I'm using right now. The Blue company makes great products.
Oh, yeah.
So, went to that kind of microphone, and for the console capture card, I went to the Hauppauge HD PVR, so it makes the stuff look nice.
Yeah.
And screen recorder, I'm currently using Camtasia Studio 8. I find it works amazing, at least for me. Mm-hmm. I know I've meddled with other screen recorders like Fraps before. Fraps can kind of be a bit iffy because I edit
file sizes as well.
Oh, yeah, because I think it only saves an AVI or something to that effect, and those file sizes are just huge. And not to mention, like, sometimes AVIs just do not want to work with my editing program, which is Sony Vegas Pro 11, so, yeah.
Okay.
You get some screen recorders that just do not want to work with file size file formats, and you gotta deal with all that stuff, so that's basically what I use now, and also Audacity to record the commentary, be it through the microphone, so yeah.
Yeah, you use pretty much everything that I use.
Nice.
In fact, when I was actually getting my Blue Snowball, I didn't realize it at the time, but I got the Blue Snowball Ice, and it doesn't have that, like, you know, directional settings, like, you know, the Omni and the, like, all-around kind of settings and stuff like that. It still only is single directional, which is what I need anyway, so. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question, and what's your favorite Let's Play that you've done?
I would have to say my first one. Now, normally, a lot of people probably wouldn't say that, because their first one, it was kind of like, oh, the experimental phase where you kind of start to learn how to record things, and the audio isn't as good, or the footage isn't as top quality as you'd like it, and, you know, as they always say, the black bars are boxed, kind of, I think they call it boxed, and so I didn't have it widescreen at first, and the audio was terrible, but then later on, as I went, you could see in that Let's Play, especially how kind of, like, I grew, commentary style wise, my confidence wise, just everything. And I did that game for like a whole year, so I mean, my upload schedule was off and on for that first year, but geez, it just, because I did it for so long, it just kind of stuck with me. It was kind of the Let's Play that allowed me to grow, I guess, and become who I am now in regards to Let's Plays, so it's somewhere special in my heart in regards to that. I mean, not to say that the Let's Plays I did I don't like, it's just that one in particular is something I can always look back to and say, hey, that was where I started, and here I am now. So it's kind of like one of those reflection things, yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's your opinion on the Let's Play community today?
Wow.
Yeah,
I find
a big question.
that is a really big question. Like, I find since there's so many Let's Players out there now, because obviously you get Chugga right, Nintendo Capri Suns out there that have, you know, started back in, I don't know, 2006 and beyond that, I guess, around the early stages when Let's Playing was still a new concept. So, I mean, that's why they're where they are now. They've been there for a while. They started when this whole thing, which is kind of almost brand new. And then you kind of get the inspiration, or the people that started, like myself or anyone else, from that. So there's just so many people out there. It's so hard to stand out from different people's Let's Plays. And I find that that kind of disheartens people in a way, where they would do, say, their favorite game or favorite Let's Play, and then all of a sudden they're just not getting the same response that they thought that they would off the bat. Yeah. Probably because everybody else is doing that game, or has done that game because it's been done to death or whatever. And I find that people out there just aren't realizing that you can't just sit there and let it happen. You can't just wait for it to happen. I guess you have to put a little bit of effort, maybe not just in your videos, but reaching out to, like, other people, to the community, networking with people, collabing with people, not just kind of sitting there and hoping that someone's just gonna, you know, say, ooh, wow, this Let's Player, okay, I'm gonna go check them out. Not necessarily it can't happen, but most chances might not. So when I first started, I got my first, 100 subs just through networking. I mean proper networking, not just going to, like, someone's video and saying, oh, nice vid, come check out mine. No, that in my opinion is not good. It turns people off from checking your channel out. It's just, you're just asking for it, and it's just not, it's not good, it's not attractive. So just to not do that, but I mean actually going out and finding other Let's Players and other Let's Plays that you like and you enjoy, and then telling them that you enjoy their Let's Play and what things about it, and actually watch the videos and comment about stuff that you saw or feel like commenting on their videos and stuff like that. And people usually catch on to that, and then say, hey, this person's been around for a little while on my channel, and maybe I go check them out, and maybe possibly they might check your stuff out and like it, like you like their stuff, and they might sub. So yeah, just networking the proper way and collabing with people, and that way you get to make friends and all kinds of stuff. So
okay. Yeah,
I feel that the Let's Play community needs to start to realize that you have to start, I guess, doing that and not just sitting there and hoping that's just going to happen. So I guess that's my opinion.
Okay, it's a good answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming pretty close to the end of this now. We got about 4, maybe 5 questions left, I think.
Okay.
So this next one is, what advice would you like to give to other Let's Players out there?
Probably just stick with it. I guess when you first start, it's going to be tough, obviously, getting your name out there, getting your Let's Plays out there. And like I said previously, like, networking is going to be a big thing to kind of help you out. And then after that, you start building a fan base, you start realizing that people are coming back, becoming loyal fans to you, watchers, whatever. And be persistent with it. And also another thing is, don't ever stop improving. Don't ever just stop and say, you know what, I'm good as it is now. I'm not going to bother trying to think of different ways to edit or different ways to improve my quality of stuff. You always want to improve. And that's how you grow. So, and that's another thing I find that some people can sometimes get stuck with is, oh, I'm good as I am now. It doesn't matter. And if people don't like it, oh, whatever. But, I mean, that helps you to improve and grow as a Let's Player, is improving yourself. So I say try to always find different ways to improve your videos, quality, commentary, whatever. Be yourself. Don't try to be like a Nintendo Capri Sun or Chugga Conroy or anybody else that might inspire you. Yes, they're inspirations. You can learn from them in other ways, but don't copy their personality. Be yourself. Otherwise, it's just not going to be good. You're not going to be happy with your work in the end. You're going to feel miserable because everyone's going to think that that's who you are, but you're not. So, and people will slowly might find out that that really isn't who you are if they get to know you. So, be yourself, you know, network the proper way. Don't just network to advertise, but network to get to know people the right way, and stick with it. Be persistent, trying to give up, and, you know, the first video is always the hardest to put up, and then after that, it gets better. So, yeah, that's kind of my advice, so, yeah.
Okay, cool. That was a good answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, there's about 4 questions left here, and these last few questions are just kind of nice and easy ones. We'll settle things down a bit, and it's just, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Starmie, right off the bat. Normally I've struggled with between Squirtle and Starmie, because Squirtle was my first starter in Pokemon Blue, my first Pokemon game. But Starmie, just later on, because Misty, I love Misty, she has a Starmie, so, which is epic, and it's psychic water type. Come on, later on I became a fan of, like, the devil type Pokemon, I guess, 2-type Pokemon, I guess, call it. But yeah, so that way it kind of covers more things. Yes, you have more weaknesses, but think about it. You'll get a dark type with a psychic or whatever. Or, wait, not dark type. Wait, I think I got that all confused. But yeah, essentially.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get across, but yeah.
Okay, this next question now. This is one of the questions actually that was submitted by one of my friends, Grand Star Yoshi, and it's a personal favorite of mine. Because usually at the end of all these videos, I always ask someone if they would have any questions that I would like to add to this in the future. Is there any question you would like me to add?
To add?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good question. That's a good question. What question would you like to add? Like, is it something that I would like to tell people, or just...
Yeah, like anything you think I could add, like, for more questions, more variety. If you can't, that's perfectly fine. You know.
Yeah. How about... What is a game that you would like to let's play but can't at the moment?
Okay. I'll type that in. Okay.
Spur the moment.
A game that you'd like to let's play but can't at the moment.
And why? Gotta ask always why. Elaboration. But yeah.
Okay, so we'll finish up with the final 2 questions, and like I was saying, this is a personal favourite of mine, and I really always want to thank Zach for this one, and is, what is one embarrassing fact about you?
I actually thought about this for a while, because I watched the latest interview before this one, and I was like, oh my god, when that question gets asked, I gotta think of something. Oh, and that's, and I just thought to myself, what's something that's like a bad habit of mine? And I seem to overtalk people a lot. I try my best not to, but it's just a habit I get into, and I don't mean to, and then I feel that later on people will think, oh god, she's so rude, she just overtalked me and ignored what I said, and I do it all the time, and I don't even notice, so I'm trying my best to get better, but I find it's embarrassing when later on I just realize, oh my gosh, they probably think I'm such a jerk because I just overtalk what they were saying. So yeah, I think that's an embarrassing thing that I would like to improve on, so yeah. Okay,
no worries. So it's that's a good one. So, for the very last question, and this is just personal feedback from me, but how did you like this interview?
I enjoyed it a lot, actually. I find it gets, I don't know, it's the right questions, I guess, to ask for like a Let's Player. I feel it also you can get to know the person more personally than just saying, okay, well, what's your YouTube name and what Let's Play? Just talking about straight Let's Plays, whereas later on you kind of ask things like, you know, deeper questions like, what's your favorite Let's Play you've done? Or what's, you know, that kind of thing. So you kind of get to know the person as a gamer, Let's Player, and just who they are in general. So I actually liked it a lot.
Okay, thank you very much. So guys, this wraps up this video. I want to thank you all for watching 25 minutes of this, actually. But that still hasn't been the longest one. The longest one was actually like 40 minutes. I think you saw that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Heron placed, I think he still holds that record. So,
Nice.
Okay guys, we want to seriously thank you all for watching this episode. It might come up a little bit late, probably past 6:30 with the time it takes to render this. But seriously guys, always want to thank you so much for watching and for your continued support on this series. I want to thank MistyDawn132 for joining us today.
Alright, welcome, thank you.
Make sure guys, obviously go check out the link in the description box to her channel, Twitter and any other thing that I can find. You know everything's always in the description box, annotations on the screen, all that good stuff. So final time, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one, so bye bye for now.
Bye.